Hello and welcome to Joseph Connor Field for today's matchup between your Loyola Dons and the Calvert Hall Cardinals. I'm Jackson here with Will. Will, what do you think the Dons are going to have to do today in order to capitalize on this win?
We definitely got to move the ball down the field, capitalize on what's given, and definitely stay spaced out along the field.
I agree with you there. Super important player here for the Dons today is going to be number 22, William Sharp, the forward. He's going to have a big impact on the outcome of this game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They got to pass the ball to him, move the ball up the field, but make sure they also other players contribute throughout the game.
Big game here today. The Dons and the Cardinals, both top seeds in the MIAA, sitting at 3 and 4 respectively. And this is going to be a big game in deciding the MIAA championship this fall season. But I'm excited to see how this one turns out. I think it's going to be a high offensive performance, and it's going to be an interesting game to watch.
Definitely going to be a fun game to watch here. Connor Field. Here as the game is about to start.
Your senior forward, Will Sharp will get this game started here. And we're off. So that one's booted straight out of bounds by the Dons.
Throw in.
Played into the Cardinal territory. They're doing a good job so far, at least, of keeping their players spread out. The Cardinals are. I think that's going to be something they're going to have to do as well.
Foul.
That one on Michael Mooney, the sophomore forward.
Hopefully Loyola can create a lot of space and just get the ball down the field, but also playing good defense.
This one played in. It's cleared out for a second, but man, this ball's bouncing around just outside the box, and the Cardinals have a hard time controlling it for a minute there.
Passed all the way behind midfield. Pressure coming in. Passed up.
There's two close calls for clearances out of the Dons there, but now they have a chance for an attack.
Dons have possession. Moving up the passing back.
A nice ball now down up the middle. Plays it through, and it's going to be scooped up.
Nice attempt there by the Dons. Just keep pushing against the goalkeeper. Eventually get one through. Nice attempt there.
DeCoco, good job to come out and get that ball before the Dons had a chance to take a shot. But I think they're going to have to take a couple longer shots. This is a good keeper for the Cardinals. Phones plays that one into Cardinal territory through the back line of the defense, but no one's able to run onto it. Play through, a good run-on ball, but it's going to be quickly intercepted by the senior defender, Jimmy Black. as they're going to try to start another counter offense.
Dons using their space up the field.
It's a
Here comes a good run.
4-on-3 for a second there, but really, really nice job of those Cardinal midfielders to get back and recover possession. Now the Dons have a chance for a good attack as that ball's played through. It's crossed into the middle and just through. Down comes Michael Lemming with it. Makes a move, cuts to the inside. He's going to shoot, and it's going to be stopped, deflected off target. Another recovery by Lemming on this left sideline. Back over to the middle they come. That's a good job of switching fields like we said they need to do if they want to stay in this game. They need to move the ball around, find holes in this Calvert Hall defense if they want to get the ball close enough to take a shot.
Don's definitely using their open space well. Notice how they're not gobbling up like a bunch of 5-year-olds. If they keep doing this the entire game, hopefully that will help them in the long run.
So that ball's played out. It'll be a Don's throw-in. Handling it on the right sideline, plays a chip in. It's just deflected. Michael Mooney had a head on it, but was not able to get it into the goal. And it's going to be a Calvert Hall goal kick.
He almost had it, just deflected off the wrong part of his head. Would have been a great goal if it went in.
So now Don's pressing up on this Calvert Hall defense, making it difficult for them to get the ball cleared and into their territory. Now it's 1-over. Now they have an odd man rush here, and it's called offsides on Will Sharp. That ball's played deep, and I mean, so far, Calvert Hall really, Loyola's had a couple good mounted attacks, but Calvert Hall pretty much trapped back into their own side. Michael Mooney running down. He had a step on him, didn't realize it, pulled the ball back. Now he's got a defender on him and loses the ball.
Pressure. Lowe's got
They win it back again. So again, the Dons force pressure on the Cardinals and keep them out of offensive territory.
Deep pass up.
Offsides is the call. He would have had a real chance to score there. One-on-one with the keeper. Just got a little bit too far past Phones, the center back.
Two pretty close goals for both teams. One with Loyola up there with the goalie just coming out, and this would have been a really good goal, just a little too far up the field.
Back into the defensive side, playing the ball, switching the field now. They'll push it up the right sideline, and a real chance here, one-on-one, but got a foot on it just before he gets to the keeper. That was the forward, George Farakis. And it'll be a Don's corner kick. This one taken by Jimmy Black, the defender. Played in low, and it's going to be booted up. Still not cleared. Inside of the goal box. And it'll be played out of bounds. Cardinal throw-in. Freddie Harris, a deep throw in there. And the Dons have the ball once again on their feet. Nice move by number 10, Alex Witt. But it doesn't end up with anything, as now the Dons have a chance. That's a ball played by Michael Mooney to Will Sharp, but couldn't quite, just a little bit too far for him, and it was scooped up by Enrico DeCoco.
2 straight goals were really close, and the goalie just got the hands on the ball before they could get there. See if the Dons can capitalize on that in the next moment.
Another attack here. Played through. He's in, and it's scooped up by the keeper. Keeper coming way up into the top of the box to make that play. I think they thought it was going to be a foul. Kind of held up for a second, and it was. So even if they had been able to get it over the keeper, it would have been a foul. And that one's intercepted by the Dons here and forces Calvert Hall back deep into their own territory once again.
That's 3 straight drives up the field where they've just gone there and the goalie just beat them to the ball. Really hope they can figure out what's going wrong and really capitalize on that moment.
Dons trying to start something once again after the throw-in. He's going to swing it all the way back to that side. And wanted the give and go up the right side, but couldn't get it. Michael Lemming shot right at the keeper. Curved it around the defenders, but ended up right in Enrico DeCoco's arms.
4 great drives by the Dons here. Doing pretty well so far. Just need to get that finishing touch and get the ball around the goalie.
Now again, another chance for an attack up the middle. They'll swing it all the way back around to that right sideline. A chip in, shot just to the left. Had the keeper, him and the keeper coming in hard together and had him beat by maybe half a step, but chipped it just to the left of the goal.
Dons really need to work on that finishing touch. I think that's 5 straight times now, but really need to capitalize on the finishing touch and just scoring goals.
So now a corner. Again, another corner, a chance maybe to capitalize on this one better than the last. It's played in deep side this time, but instead of getting a head on it, Enrico DeCoco, the keeper, is able to get his hands on it once again. Calvert Hall trying to mount an attack along the right side. They might have a chance now. Just a poor touch off of his knee and goes out towards the sideline, but
great cross.
Bounced around a little bit here, not quite cleared yet. As that one's played just past his teammate by number 10, Alex Witt, once again. So almost had a solid attack on that one, but it amounted to nothing. And now the Dons, another chance to kind of work this ball up the field, as that's another ball played through. And man, that is unfortunate. Number 22, Will Sharp, just beat out by that Cardinal defender down the sideline after that ball. This one's played down. Now it's one-on-one with the keeper. The shot is missed to the left. And that is so unfortunate for the Cardinals there. They had a real chance to score on that play. Just a bad read by Michael Lemming. And
kind of the same play there the Dons had last drive up the field. That had the chip in, just need the finishing touch. This one didn't have a chip, but good finishing touch definitely would have been a goal.
yeah, Zach Tomanini missing that one just to the left of the goal. And now the Cardinals will try to regroup back with their defenders, space out, and get another offensive try going. A fantastic job by Cole Phelps. Keep his body in front and really just knock that ball down. That one, another shot ripped there by Alex Whipp, and another one blocked by this Don's defense, which has held up well so far. Only really one good chance for the Cardinals to get anything done.
Going to be a corner kick for the Cardinals, see if the Dons defense can really hold up.
This one's played in a looping drive, and it's going to be nicely headed out there by Mooney. Keep them out of the back of the net. It's going to be a Cardinal throw in here, way down on this right corner. Plays it short. This one's into the middle. Tomanini had a nice cross, but it was defended well by the Dons. And now they're going to try to start this counter offense. Had the numbers, but just beat down. It was number 22, Will Sharp. That one's another clearance by the Dons. So their defense really has done a great job of keeping this ball out of their territory and going in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely a great job by the Dons defense, as that ball is going to go out of bounds for a goal kick.
This ball's played deep up the middle here. Michael Mooney almost beat him out. He was faster, but number 13 on the Cardinals, Freddie Harris, had a step on him in the start, so unable to make something happen. But these Dons back with the ball on their feet again in the offensive territory, so we'll see. That ball's played just a little bit too far towards the touchline there. Number 10, Diego Hernandez, trying to get a good cross in, but unable to do so.
Good job by the Dons here in offense. Just really need to get the ball up there, finish well, and put the ball in the net.
Another goal kick here for DeCoco. And the Dons win the ball out the air once again. So Cardinals will regain possession after that, but they've done a good job of that all day today, winning the ball out of the air.
Definitely doing well as the ball is stolen here by the Dons.
This will be marked Cardinal throw in on the left side. Yeah, but a nice job of winning the ball out of the air today so far. I mean, they haven't been necessarily super successful on offense, but they've been able to get the ball into their offensive half and take a couple shots. So, and not allowing the Cardinals to take very many shots at all either. So, I think so far today, about halfway through this first half, they've done pretty well.
Yeah, definitely. Just need
thrown in here. Cardinals are just above the top of the box again, but the Dons do a nice job of clearing it. And now this one's played up the middle here. Almost. George Farakis almost had a great ball there. DeCoco, the Cardinal keeper, came sprinting out the box and slid down to get that ball away. And that was a nice play by him. Had he not done that, it would have been hard to save that shot.
Definitely. The goalie's really been clutching up for Calvert Hall today with a lot of saves and just some really good intellect on stopping the ball.
I think the Dons are controlling the midfield pretty well today. Recently, it's been switching back and forth more, but earlier in the start of this first half, they were flying through and taking every ball at the midfield and just putting it back into the offensive territory, which I think is a very important thing that they're going to have to achieve well if they want to stay in this game and win this game.
Definitely.
This ball played over the middle, but just through, and the Cardinals will recover it again. Coming up the middle again, or the Dons winning the ball at midfield and switching the field nicely so far today, as they're going to try to see what they can do.
Like I talked about earlier, doing really well in the area space around the field, getting a lot of clean passes, not bunching up, doing really well.
Another Cardinal throwing here from this right sideline. As this one's played into a group of Dons. And it's going to be won nicely there by George Farakis, but down goes Phones, and they're going to call a foul on the Cardinals here.
Bit of a stalemate here as we're past the halfway point in this half of the game. A lot of shots on each side, but can't really seem to finish the ball well.
Yeah. And the Dons with the ball again, right around midfield. I mean, they've been controlling the ball. Their possession time is much higher than the Cardinals, but they haven't been able to put together too many meaningful attacks, maybe one or two, as this one's crossed into the middle, but cleared once again by the Cardinals. And now the Cardinals almost had a nice punch and run up the middle, but Dons intercepted it coming across. And now they're going to reset with their defenders in the back. It's played up deep over the middle. Mooney almost made it there, but knocked away. By the Cardinals defense. Had an option maybe on that right side, but decides to come back across the middle. And that ball's going to get intercepted. So a good job to step up. That ball's kicked up deep and run onto by number 12, Jake Anderson and Cole Phones, but the Dons keeper, Colton Gibson, comes out and scoops that one up before either of the two can touch it. That was a nice play by him to get out there. I mean, both the keepers have done a nice job today. Gibson, not too many chances with this stalling Cardinals offense so far, but DeCoco, a nice job to kind of control that defensive side of the field.
Yeah, definitely. Both have done very well on defense. Just seems when they get the offense, they both have a few runs up the field and just keep getting stopped. Great defensive show from both sides.
And that's going to be a foul called on the Cardinals here, and they're going to get a free kick right around the middle of the field.
Pass up.
Trying to mount another middle bound attack. So far, most of those have stalled unless it's a high run play. So maybe something they want to stray away from as they kind of close down in this first half. Not that it's close to being over yet, but if they would like to obviously score before before this first half ends.
Definitely. Seems like both teams are playing a little bit conservative, a lot of passing. We've seen a few run plays, but mostly just a lot of stalemating passing in the middle.
Now, a chance. Cardinals slightly outnumbered. The Dons there for a second is a flying Cardinal coming down that left side. Number 3, Jackson Rugg, had it really just caught up and ran right past Diego Hernandez, but wasn't able to find anyone to cross it to, and was eventually, his pass was intercepted. Playing it into the back again, and the Cardinals, this is kind of what they've done most of the game. Get it into the back, switch the fields, and then work the attack on the other side. And it's a nice way to, refresh your offense and be able to come back from the opposite side. Maybe try to switch up your opponent's defense a little bit, cause a little bit of confusion, and try to just reset and make another charge back up the field.
Definitely.
Another attack down on this right side. He's going to come into the middle, and wow. So as the Cardinal steps across to try to make the kick, and Diego Hernandez tries to make his kick, they collide, and the Cardinal goes down hard, but
definitely a lot of fouls going on.
This one down here, again, Ruggs, but they're going to...
A lot of fouls going on early in the game. I think there's about 3 on the Dons, not as many on the Cardinals, but a lot of misconduct going on early in the game.
And that's a yellow card on Jimmy Black, one of their captains, and back out will come Michael Mooney to try to play here for this free kick.
Definitely not when you want to see this early in the game. Here's the kick.
Not quite yet, Will.
My bad.
There we go. Now it's played in. And a shot on goal. It's score. Calvert Hall with the goal. That was number 5, Haley Vasilos. And they mob him over there at the corner. Played in, just snuck past all the Dons defenders right into the back where he was awaiting, and put it right into the goal.
Just like I was talking about earlier, got the perfect cross, except this time got the perfect finishing touch. Snuck right past all those Don defenders and just tapped it in for the goal. Dons really needs to lock in on defense and recover.
So now the Dons kick it off again, and they're down 1 now, so they really have to score in this first half if they want to stay into this one, you know?
Yeah, definitely want to stay close in this game. Don't let the Cardinals get too far ahead. Lock it on defense and make some drives up the field on offense.
So now they're going to play out the back again. A chance for a nice run here. Michael Lemming down the left sideline, looking for a cross. Cuts back, puts one in with his left foot. It's just missed. I thought that was for sure in for a second. George Farakis, diving header, missed it to the left. And Enrico DeCoco was nowhere near the goal, and it went right into his hands, down near the left post.
That's 2 nearly goals coming off headers. Would have been a game changer for the Dons in this first half.
And that was a very nice cross by.
Ball placement from both teams has been really great this first half. A lot of good crosses coming from both teams. Just Cardinals really finishing on that first goal.
That was a very nice cross there by Michael Lemming. He was able to draw the keeper towards him and then play it up over the top. Just quite unfortunate they weren't able to finish on that one. This one's played now up the right side, and it's going to be knocked away yet again by the Cardinals. So ever since that goal, Lemming a little deke play, and now he's going to get beat down to the ball by Alex Lowe's.
John's winning possession.
Just went back up to the middle, and it's turned over once again by the Dons. So after that near goal, 2 straight turnovers, barely in offensive territory. And they're getting physical now to get down to the sideline, and they'll win the ball down there.
Switching the field.
So, yeah, I was just going to say they've been able to switch the field nicely today, keeping it, bouncing it middle, back to the outside. And Michael Lemming's been a very important part down on this left sideline of crosses, as that's his second shot, this one wide. His first one right at the keeper, so he's definitely been a very important part of this offense.
Yeah, Michael Mooney definitely getting the ball a lot this game. Had some really good attempts on goal.
This one's cleared out by the Cardinals. And they thought they won it for a second there, but Harry Vasilo's a long throw in. Almost 20 yards in the air. And now Lemming up the sideline, a little bit of a jersey tug, but he's going to keep going. And after the lost ball, Dons are able to win it back.
Good job switching the field again. Huge part of the Dons offense today.
Now they're going to reset again with their center backs. Coming up the middle. He's going to play deep for Lemming once again. Going down towards that corner. Lemming's been occupying most of the night. This one's going to be chipped up, and wow, Enrico DeCoco, I thought he jumped almost a little bit early, but was able to extend himself to catch that one. That could have been real bad if he had let that one in, because that was not the kind of shot that should have necessarily gone in.
Definitely not.
Cardinals winning to get it midfield. Had a chance, but loses the ball just straight up on his feet. And so they'll have to switch the field before getting an attack, as this one's played deep by Cole Phones, again into the offensive territory.
Good header there by number 13. Taking the ball away from the Dons. Number 13, Jake Anderson. Definitely good header there. Blocking the Dons from getting a good push up the field with Michael Lemming.
And here will be some substitutes here as we will wait for the throwing from Roberto Angelini. My apologies. The throw in from Bebertore. This one now to the left sideline. Here played back into the middle. Spinning, looking for targets. That's the freshman, number 1, Braden Kowalik.
Almost another goal there by the Dons. Just ran the ball out of bounds.
Kowalik couldn't quite catch up to his own kick, and it'll be a Cardinal goal kick. And they're moving quickly now. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Almost a bit of a mistake ball there, right over the middle. Braden almost had a step on it, but they were able to quickly switch the field before
Don's really
made contact with it, but
Don's really got to play some good defense here. Get the ball back in the field and score before the end of the first half. They really want to stay in
so a
this
lot
game.
of contact there over on the left side, and I mean, you can tell the fans we're not very happy with that one. They thought that should surely be a foul, but alas, we play on, and now the Dons have a chance to really switch the field here and go on offense with a strong drive. I mean, they really need to score here before the end of the first half if they want to be able to come back. I think it would be great if they go into the half tied or even winning. They don't want to go in losing.
Definitely want to stay up in this game, like you said, scoring before the end of the first half. They got 6 minutes to do so. I don't see why they can't. A lot of pressure, but it feels like they've kind of backed off taking shots on goal. Had about 5 really early in the game, and here's another attempt blocked out of bounds by number.
So Cardinals try to clear it, but it's hit right to. And, unlucky. Had the runner in Michael Mooney. Tried to play it to him, but picked off by the Cardinals. Man.
Don's with possession. Still making a good job of staying spread out on the field and really helping them. Just need to pressure upfield and score some goals.
Yeah, you're right. And like we said before, if they're unable to score here, that's not gonna go well. Especially going into the second half against a really good MIAA soccer team.
Shot on goal blocked by goalie. Calvert's goalie. Doing really well with blocking a lot of shots. Key part of this game.
And this play whistled dead. It's going to be given to the Dons. And 4 minutes remaining now.
See if the Dons can really capitalize in the last 4 minutes of this game. Definitely need to show up now.
I definitely wouldn't call it desperation mode, as we're only going into halftime, of course, but it would be really lovely to have it tied up here. I mean, I know we've gone back to it a couple times, but going into half with a tie, especially when the Cardinals are going to get the ball to start the half. Not that that means as much as it necessarily does in football. As here we go with an offensive attack. Switched his feet and he scores!
Exactly what it
Will
is.
Sharp, the senior forward, puts it in with the left foot. And a beautiful goal there. Just right through the goalkeeper's legs.
Exactly what we were talking about. Exactly what we see last run of the game. Like you said, not desperation, but it looks a lot better on the scoreboard. Going in tied than going in down one. Also, going to be a lot better going into half, feeling better emotionally and physically.
And a great goal by the senior. Able to he had a step on it. Great ball played in. Had a step on all the defenders, one-on-one with the keeper. I didn't know if he was going to be able to score it at first and kind of got caught up between his feet, but he was able to get it underneath the keeper as he slid through. A great goal.
There.
And now 3:30 left. A chance even maybe to go up by one for either team, but most preferably for the Dons to go up 3-1.
Yes, that's exactly what we see right now. Really want to play some good defense, but would be nice to score another goal. Just definitely don't want to allow another one.
And steps up that time again. Will Sharp gets a foot on it, knocks it out of bounds, so stops the deep ball. It's a Calvert Hall throw, and that ball is launched down the field, 25 yards down the field. Played up the right side. And they're going to reset. They've got men. They've got the advantage. But that just a poor pass played by Mooney there. Looking for Brody Good, the junior midfielder, but he wasn't able to get it as that ball played in very, very nicely by Baber Torre. And just off the head of the Calvert Hall defenders. As now they're going to try to mount an attack of their own.
We're going to let the ball go out of bounds.
Michael Lemming on that one. He's back in the game after the substitution, and he was a very important part of this offense coming down the left side of the field early in the first half. Had 2 shots on goal, and a few phenomenal crosses, but now over on the right side, we'll see if he can make that much of a difference over there as well.
Minute and 40 left in the game as the Dons have possession going up the field.
Played through again. Mooney didn't make the run like I think he thought he was going to, and that ball played deep down the middle this time again to Will Sharp. He still has the ball on his feet, and it's cleared out, but the Dons do have more they do have the advantage. This one played a spinning ball, and man, it's just been right there, 2 guys on Sharp twice in a row, and he was still able to retain possession for a few seconds, and it allowed for the Dons reinforcements to come in.
Will Sharp definitely a key part of this game with that goal, and Calvert Hall definitely seeing him as a threat if they're double covering him. Great job by him still trying.
This is a huge corner here for the Dons. 45 seconds remaining. It's played out to the right side. Lemming whips a shot, and it's saved by the keeper. Second chance, third chance, and it's scored! The freshman, Braden Kowalik, on the 4th try, gets it to go, and that's a huge goal, puts them up by 1.
Definitely a huge goal. From a freshman, too, that's even more impressive. Exactly when he was here in the second half.
Braden Kowalik, the freshman forward.
Looks good going to in half tied. Looks even better when you're winning.
33 seconds remaining. That was big. I mean, played it up to the top, shot it in. It was saved. A fantastic save by the keeper. Then on the second chance, hit the post, came back out, and Kowalik was able to finish where nobody was. There was a lot of people in there, but finished into the back of the net, maybe on a deflection. Beautiful goal. So now this one, the Cardinals will try to see what they can do in the very end of this first half, but there's not much time left. Only 18 seconds remaining here. Almost had it. They're kind of trapped down now. Don's just letting this clock run out a little bit. 5 seconds remaining as this will take us down to the end of the first half. The Dons are up 2-1 over the Cardinals in the first half with 2 late time goals. And we'll see you back after the end of halftime. We welcome you back to Connor Field, where the Dons and the Calvert Hall Cardinals are in a tight matchup, 2-1. The Dons are winning. What do you think they did well in the first half? What do you think they just really need to improve on?
Well, they did well with spacing out, passing the ball a lot, but they need to work on finishing with those final touches because the one goal they got, they didn't have a final touch. He got a little caught up, but just had a good shot straight through the goalie's legs. Really need to work on those passing and crossing goals, having a good final touch like the Cardinals' goal.
Yeah, and even on their second goal, it was deflected a good number of times before they were finally able to put it in. So I agree with you. I think they need to just work on their finishing a little bit. And we know that this Calvert Hall goalie is going to be good, but I like to think that we're better, and we just need to capitalize on all of these opportunities.
Foul called here. It's going to be the Loyola's ball. Quick pass, number 23, switching the field again.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job with that in the first half as well, because they were able to switch the field and switch up on the Calvert Hall offense, on the defense, and be able to capitalize on their offense. Thrown in now, played forwards on the run, and that's a nice ball played out by the Cardinals, but a lot of this ball bouncing around as of right now. So far, nothing too crazy down in the halves, down by the goals, as Calvert Hall's almost got a clearance, and they're going to call a foul on that one. Tried to split through the two guys marked up on him, and he was unable to do so, tripped up over his own feet. High free kick into the middle. So it's played on a run. It's going to be crossed into the middle, and nice work to deflect it out there by Jimmy Black, your senior captain defender, intercepting the pass that could have been a one-on-one with the keeper and possibly a game-tying goal here for Calvert Hall.
Great job there by Don's defense. Here's Don's have ball, switching the field again. Switching the field has been a really big part of the Don's offense and helped them out a ton throughout this game.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think switching the field has allowed them to gain on the Cardinals, kind of, open up spots for runs, holes, whether that's in the middle or around the outside, like we see here with Michael Lemming. He's going to almost beat him down to the corner, but it's knocked out of bounds. But, yeah, as I was saying, right through the middle, on the outside, opening up holes for these runs, which Mooney, Lemming, a lot of these forwards, midfielders, and defenders have been able to run through, but especially these outside defenders. They've done a great job being able to run through the gaps, get in, and open up crosses, which I think has been a huge impact on the game today. Here, again, is Will Winnick. Over the middle, just not quite timed up perfectly by Mooney. If Mooney had been just a couple feet to his right, that ball got right by Enrico DeCoco, the Calvert Hall goalkeeper. And had he been just a bit over, he would have been able to tap that in.
Deep kick up the field.
Played back onto the outside again. And now they have a chance for a cross back into the middle. Oh, just missed on the try there by Mooney. He swung at the kick, but just missed by a fraction of an inch. Almost had a big goal, put them up by a bit. And that one just missed into the middle again now, and it's going to be eventually almost cleared away, and it will be cleared away now. The Cardinals coming up with pace, not too far behind, not too far ahead of the Dons' back line as he plays it up over the middle, but it's not going to amount to anything as the Dons are able to come around. But now, he cuts back into the middle, and he's going to pass it. Shot just well to the left. He kind of ate him up a little bit, and he was unable to finish with his right foot, had to finish with his left, and kicked it well over to the left side, completely missing the goal. Mooney now up the right side. He's got pace, plays it to the edge. Now it's going to be chipped through, trying to find him again, and he was just boxed out by the defender there. Now down to the right side. He's going to play it in, out, back to the outside again. Cutting, faking towards the goal line, now back towards the middle of the field. And now they're left foot from, oh my goodness gracious. That was an impeccable save by Enrico DeCoco off of Braden Kowalik. My apologies. Kowalik's shot. Left foot to the corner, and a beautiful save. Fully extended, two hands on the ball, and was able to just keep it out of the net.
Yeah, like you said earlier, full extension there. Really shows some effort there from goalkeeper. And this goalie, huge impact on this game. Score could look a lot different based off
Victoria,
this actions.
long pass, and it was headed towards the middle by Will Sharp, but there was no finish from no run by Braden Kowalski, and he was not able to get into scoring position. But now the Cardinals trying to set up an attack of their own with many men up into the offensive side of the field. Throw in for the Dons. Sorry, my apologies. A free kick. Plays it back towards the defensive side. This one's played a long ball up the outside. That's Braden, the freshman Braden again. He's going to play it over towards the middle, but Michael Mooney, really just a couple times, he's not been in the right spot to receive these passes that they've been playing, or they haven't been playing the passes to the right spot. It's hard to tell which one it is. And that's going to be a foul on number 8, Michael Lemming, the junior defender. Really, it's been a game of who's got the upper hand a little bit here today, as that one's going to be called another foul on the fall at midfield from number 10, Alex Witt of the Calvert Cardinals. This ball's played long up over the middle. It's headed back to the right side. Don's trying to get it out. They gain reinforcements. Played to the left side now. Tried to play back over the middle, but it was intercepted. Mooney, good defense here, keeping him away. That time he just ran right past the ball and allowed for a regrouping pass. Cardinals playing it over the middle here. Trying to make something happen. They're down by a goal, 30 minutes remaining in the game here. This is a game they need to win if they want to really have a shot at this MIAA championship. They're sitting in the 3 spot with Loyola in the 4, so the winner here takes the 3 spot. Really, Loyola's down about, I think, 1 game on the Cardinals. So whoever wins this has the upper hand. Loyola beat Calvert Hall previously this season. They played them.
Bit of conflict there right around midfield, but no foul called.
Yeah, they played them September 26th at Calvert Hall, and the Dons won 2-1, which it looks just like it does today. Dons winning 2-1. Rather, this time it's here at Loyola Blakefield, Connor Field. So, we'll just have to see how it works out today, but so far it's looking a lot like that game a couple weeks ago.
Don's playing about the same, 2-1 you said. Hopefully score doesn't stay the same. Hopefully Don score a lot more, but be okay if it does. Just want to see a lot more from the Don's offense and stay guarded up on defense.
With that previous win, a win here will give them the upper hand if they end up being tied, because they will have won 2 games and have the edge. So when it comes down to MIAA playoff time, this could be a very important game that the Dons look back on, especially if they're able to win. And it gives them the upper hand, a 3 seed, maybe even a 2 seed, rather than Calvert Hall gaining that and them being stuck in the seed below. But the Dons really in their offensive territory once again here, trying to make something happen, trying to pad that lead a little bit. They don't want it to be too close. They don't want to have to hold their breath for the rest of the game.
Definitely want to create some space between them and Calvert Hall. Score a lot more, play some good defense, and really just lock in all around. Good spacing around the field.
Another long ball played by Calvert Hall, this time trying to get a run on it. That time, again, with the run is number 3, Jackson Rugg. He's proved to be quite fast today, had a quick run down the left side of the field, but this ball switched. Dons have possession here. They're going to try to play it long. Mooney again, not quite in the right position. He's going to get the ball on his feet. A nice 1-2 with him. Now he's got it. Many guys on him. Tries to play it over the middle, but just nobody there. And the goalkeeper, Enrico DeCoco, falls on. He's had a big impact on the game today.
Yeah, definitely, like I'm saying throughout the game. Good instincts when attacking the ball, really pouncing on it, kicking it away when needed, and a really good slide kick back in the first half. Just a really big decider in this game so far.
Yeah, going back on that one, that he came out about 5 to 10 yards outside of the goal box, slid down and got the ball just right out from underneath of the Don's feet. Will Sharp couldn't quite finish as he just came flying out and took it right from under him.
Cole Phone's kicking the ball away.
Michael Mooney on it again. He's going to try to go with the high route and right to the Cardinals player. So far he's had a couple in the first half. He had a good first half, but so far in the second half he's just, it's been a little bit rough, but I think he's still an important part of this Dons offense. And as that ball is played off the back of number 41 for the Cardinals, Hudson Jones went up for the header, hit him right in the back, and the Dons are able to recover the ball. That one slides past the defenders, and Michael Lemming giving chase, but interrupted on his run. And now the Dons have they. I would like to see them score here. To be honest, I mean, pad that lead just a little bit, give them a little bit of breathing room. Place to maybe kick their feet up a little bit, if you know what I mean.
Definitely. A lot of spacing going around here. Crossing over to number 6, Babratore.
Yeah, of course, you can never be too comfortable here in the MIAA, as that's a shot taken by Michael Lemming, but not a very strong one, not too difficult of a save for DeCoco either. But yeah, you can never be too comfortable here in the MIAA, but it would be nice to have at least one goal to spare against a powerful Cardinals offense like we've seen work all day. They had a nice goal on the free kick, but really haven't done too much more here with the offense. A lot of attempts just gone dead. So if they want to win, they're gonna have to lock in with their offense. And
Dons really need to show up on offense, really drive the ball down the field, but still defend well on defense. Notice how the ball has been pressured up to the Calvert Hall side most of this entire half. Goalie all the way up to the 25-yard line. Good pressure from the Dons, just really need to finish.
Yeah, and especially here in the second half, this ball has not really gone into that Dons territory, by that Dons goal much at all. They had the one foul down there, but it went to the Dons, so not really much at all. They're going to try to flip the field here, see if they can, like we said, just score one more, just give them a little bit of breathing room, able to kick back as here Mooney goes up this right side, loses the ball for a second, but regains it. Lemming at the top. He's going to cut back to his right foot and play it over in the direction of Michael Mooney, but I think it was intended for Will Sharp on the run, so Sharp, a big part of this game. He scored in the first half. A nice goal there, coming across the middle, cut back, and had a nice shot. But also, Braden Kowalik scored on the corner kick at the very end, 35 seconds remaining, and he was able to put it into the goal on the corner. So far, those two players have been big. Kowalik, only a freshman. Sharp, a long-standing senior. This is his last season here. But yeah, both big impacts, at least so far, putting the Dons in the lead. But somebody I want to shout out is number 8, Michael Lemming. He's had a big part in getting these crosses across, even though they haven't finished on any of them. They have been important and been able to switch the field enough so they can have an opportunity to score.
Yeah, huge part of this game. Definitely hasn't scored yet, but getting those crosses up, huge part of this game.
Making moves, 21:55 remain in the second half here at Loyola Blakefield as this ball's shot off the crossbar. I think that one just startled Colton Gibson a little bit, the junior keeper, and it hit right off the crossbar. That was fortunate for the Dons that one hit off the crossbar because they do not want this game to be tied. Played nicely over the top of the defenders, now working his way back into the middle.
Kind of a switch of dominance here in the second half. It was mostly Dons up against Calvert Hall's side of the field. Now, Calvert Hall applying a little more pressure.
A
great
beautiful
job there by the
save.
goalkeeper, bringing the ball down. Good save by him.
A nice save by Colton Gibson. Stayed down for a moment there. But I think he's going to be all right. two Cardinals guys came flying over the middle for the header, and neither were able to get it, but a great job by Colton Gibson to leap up over their heads and snag that ball out the air. Oh, a beautiful touch there by number 5 on the Cardinals, Henry Vasilos. And that time, Colton Gibson getting well out of the box. A little bit risky. Had he just chipped him, that would have been an easy goal, because there was like pretty much no defenders in the area.
Don's having possession, pushing the ball up the field. A lot of open space here.
Got George Farakis going up that right sideline. I thought they might try to give it to him. He had no defenders in front of him, but they did not. Now they're going to try to reset back in their own territory. Making a run up the right sideline. Plays it over to Farakis now. And he's going to make a nice move too now and playing it back to Will Wennick, another senior captain.
Just past the halfway mark here in the second half. Don's seems like they've had a little bit more possession, but I feel Calvert Hall is definitely putting up more of a fight than they did in the first half.
Yeah, I'd agree with that for sure. I mean, the Cardinals did have their only goal so far in the first half, as we're just over halfway through this game. 19 minutes remaining, but just over halfway through the second half. But yeah, like you said, a much bigger impact here. They've started to have keeping the ball into their offensive territory for not necessarily the whole time, but for long periods of time. So, and that's going to be very important if they want to score a goal here. That's what the Dons did. Keep the ball down there, get a bunch of shots off. Eventually, one's got to go in, right?
I feel like the first half and second half have been a little bit different, because in the first half, it was mostly a stalemate around the center of the field for most of the game. But in the second half, it's been more contained into pressure on one side and pressure on the other side, more than a stalemate in the middle.
I agree. A nice move there by Mooney. Double covered to get the pass off, but just a little bit too far for Michael Lemming to grab. And that's going to be a penalty called on the Dons. And that's a yellow card for George Farakis. That's the second yellow card for the Dons today.
Not what you want to see with two Dons getting yellow cards. A lot of misconduct going throughout this game. A little bit of beef between Calvert Hall and Loyola with their extended relationship off the field.
And that's the type of card you really just don't want to get. I mean, there's no reason for it. He didn't get the card for the foul. He got the card for talking, and you just, you got to control your head. A foul is one thing, but talking to people or the ref is a completely different thing, and it's the kind of thing that'll drive coaches completely crazy.
Yeah, never want to respond to the ref. Don't want to beef with the ref. Don't want to argue with them. Always best to just take the card, stop talking, and play on.
That's exactly right, as 18:30 is set on the clock here in the second half. As that ball's played deep into Don's territory by the Cardinals, trying to make something happen here. They've got a couple guys in the area, and that's a nice ball played there by Mooney. Down the sideline is Cannon McKenzie. But it's to no avail. Tries to play it deep. He's going to get it, but covered up quickly there by Jimmy Black. Don's doing a good job. They had a great run there. That's the kind of thing you were seeing out of them in the first half, being able to run down the sideline and cross it out of the middle. That one, unfortunately, picked up by the keeper, but still a nice job to get down there. And, two people that I think have been good for both teams are Michael Lemming for the Dons and Jackson Rugg for the Cardinals, both fast players on the outside that have just run through the defense, beat out the guys, and get into open territory. As there's a large collision down in the goal box. That one involving the senior captain defender Jimmy Black. And one of Calvert Hall's players, the goalkeeper, I think jumped up and just unfortunately couldn't stay on his feet. But here the Cardinals go once again, trying to make something happen, and a very, very nice clearance there by Jimmy Black once again. Coming in, intercepting the pass, kicking it out of bounds. Here the Cardinals go again, plays it into the middle. It's deflected out for a second, but now a foot race to the touchline, plays it over the middle in a beautiful diving play to intercept that pass from Colton Gibson.
Similar instincts here from both goalies. Both two full extension saves. That one a little easier than the one on Calvert Hall, seeing it was on the ground, but still, full extension, two hands, and really curling up to capture the ball. And really, two goalies making a huge impact on this game. Lots of saves. Great job from both of them.
Yeah, and both of them obviously very athletic and very aggressive. We've seen that out of both goalies. I mean, like we said before, the Calvert Hall goalie, Enrico DeCoco, coming out, slide tackling to get the ball. And then, as you saw just a few minutes ago, with Colton Gibson coming out and clearing that ball away, it's important for them to be aggressive, and sometimes they pay for it, kind of like the Calvert Hall goalie did down here. Came up, tried to make a nice save on the post, and just got shot in from behind.
Stadium lights turned on here. A little overcast. Thought it was going to rain, but should hold up for the rest of this game. Like we said at the beginning of the game, definitely been a good, intense game throughout. Dons having the upper hand through most of the time, really making the most of their plays late into the first half.
I completely agree with you. That's a nice throw-in by Calvert Hall, and just headed in the general direction of the goal, but I don't think it was an intended shot. Trying to keep it away from the Dons rather than trying to score on the Dons. But they'll play out the backfield, out of the back again. Handling nicely down on the sideline is Michael Lemming once again. And now they have a chance to make a nice run here. They outnumber them as here down the sideline goes Braden Kowalik. He's got the ball, beat down the defender. To the touchline, he's going to cut back. And they're going to say it was out of bounds. So they'll call it a goal kick here, but that was close.
I think the ball stayed on the line there. Don't know if I have the best perspective from here, but definitely a argumental call from both teams.
Yeah, he had a chance. He had it on his right foot and coming back towards the goal, towards the top and towards the goal, giving himself a better shot and giving himself a better opportunity to cross. This ball is scooped up by the Calvert Hall keeper. 13 minutes left to play here in the game. And the Dons just trying to hold possession long enough as that's Cannon McKenzie takes a shot with his right foot and just misses. Hits just right around the corner of the posts coming together. And that was a nice job to intercept the ball, play it to McKenzie, and get a good shot on goal. I wouldn't complain about that one at all.
I feel like the game has kind of slowed down a little bit. I feel like they were a bit more active at the beginning of the half. Now it seems like still very active sprinting a lot, but it seems like the activity from each team has kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. You can definitely see the Dons are just trying to kind of wait this one out a little bit, not wanting to get super caught off guard with a turnover and then a odd man rush, if you will, if I may say, onto that right side, or towards their territory. A goal kick here from Colton Gibson, and he's definitely done a nice job tonight, keeping the ball, being aggressive as he's completely run over. That was number 10, Diego Hernandez. Tried to step on the ball, and now he's down on the ground. He tried to pull the ball back, didn't get it, and the Calvert Hall defender just ran right through him, stepped on his foot, and knocked him to the ground. And we'll be back in just a second. And we're back here after the injury. Diego Hernandez back out on the field after the injury. Seemed like just shaken up a little bit, but alas, no foul called, so we'll play from the spot. And Calvert Hall's going to have the ball. They're going to shoot, and just misses. Colton Gibson didn't look ready for that one. Late extension, it just missed out towards that left side. Able to get a hand on it, though, so it was a good save. But now a Calvert Hall corner and a chance really to score here late in the second half.
Here comes the corner.
Looping corner and a nice clearance there by the Dons, and here goes McKenzie. I thought for sure that Cannon McKenzie was going to have that one, but just missed it a little bit too much towards the sideline on his control kick. And a lot of pushing and shoving here going into the goal box. This one's played out to the sideline and out of bounds.
Just under 10 minutes here in the second half. Might see Calvert Hall move some more desperate play measures to score this final goal and tie up the game, or even take the lead. Definitely want the Dons to contribute on offense and really lock them down on defense.
Student section has grown a lot with members of our JV and varsity football team coming over. And down goes a Calvert Hall player. He got a cleat right to the shin, and he's back up and all right now. As there goes Cannon McKenzie. He's fast, but just loses the ball for a second, and Calvert Hall is able to recover with a nice steal. And now they're going to try to flip the field here. A big collision. And down the sideline, here they go. The Dons, odd man rush here, cuts back, crosses it. It's just barely deflected by Calvert Hall, gets a foot on it and keeps it out, almost knocks it in the goal, but keeps it out. That was a very nice run by Baber Tor, able to go down the sideline and make a cross, but unfortunate he wasn't able to, the Dons weren't able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, the ball just rolled right across the goal line. Should have been an easy tap and no one there to finish. Really disappointing from the Dons, but just want to hold this lead. Just under 8 minutes left.
Yeah, you're right. Just under 8 minutes, 7:55 to be exact, and the Cardinals look absolutely gassed right now. Yeah, I mean, you saw it. Colton Gibson holding the ball right there, waiting for someone to come by, and then right as they came, picked it up with his hands, trying to burn as much clock right before the substitutions. 7:39 now remaining, was able to actually burn off a good 15 seconds.
Yeah, I definitely want to stall this game out more. Really want to hold on to this lead. It'd be great if you could score a couple more goals, or even one more, to really put some insurance into this lead.
Yeah, and a goal from the Cardinals here could really put this game on ice, tied up with less than 8 minutes remaining in the half. Colton Gibson will get the ball to restart the clock after the substitutions. And, you know, all the Dons really have to do is kind of run the game down. But if they get an open shot, why not take it? You know, give yourself a little bit of insurance.
Definitely. Calvert Hall looks like they're gassed, definitely, but definitely going to go some desperate play measures. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left. Really need to score. Don's looking to put some insurance on the board.
Nice pass on the ground here. Plays it up the sideline just a little bit too close to the sideline there, and it goes out of bounds. That ball intended to Will Sharp, who had a run on it, would have had a good chance for a cross over the middle to George Farakis, but unable to capitalize on the opportunity. This ball's played deep over the head of number 7, Grant Hamilton, as he'll play on it. And now a ripped shot, but deflected by Cole Phones. A nice play, just have his body there. And now down goes Will Sharp to the corner. It's a foot race. Sharp gets hit hard, but he wins the ball. A left-footed cross and a huge shoulder-to-shoulder hit. And
definitely a lot of fouls here. A lot of hits, a lot of yellows. Really a lot of tension between these two teams.
Big football rivals compete in the Turkey Bowl every Thanksgiving. And, you know, this rivalry just carries over into everything. Soccer, baseball, even academics and clubs. You know, a big MIAA rivalry, and this game means a lot to both teams too. So I'm not surprised that there's a lot of chippy action going on here, as now the Dons try to mount another attack. Will Sharp again plays it deep to the left side, and again it's going to be knocked away by Calvert Hall. Cole Phones runs him down, takes the ball for a moment, but now the Calvert Hall Cardinals have it once again. And a foul is called on the Dons, so it's going to be a free kick for the Cardinals.
It was a handball on that play.
It's played in and played out. So a good job by the Dons to keep that ball out of harm's way. Keep their 2-1 lead as we enter inside of 5 minutes remaining in the game. And this is desperation time. Now it's desperation for the Cardinals.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier, the Dons were down by 1. We were saying it was kind of desperation for the first half. But how the tables have turned. Cardinals down by 1. Same situation. Hopefully not the same outcome. Want the Dons to retain the lead, stop the Cardinals, and claim victory.
Dons scored a goal right around here at the end of the first half. Hope the tables don't completely turn and they end up scoring 2 to take the lead. But Dons, Calvert Hall throw-in, just trying to burn a little bit of time off the clock here any way that the Dons can. Long throw-in. Off the head of one of Calvert Hall's players, as this ball is going to be cleared deep, and Michael Mooney's running onto it. Shot and well over the top of the goal. 3 points in a football game, but we're playing soccer over here, so now they're gonna have to reset, and now the Cardinals once again have a long way to go if they want to score, and they have to score at least 1. If they score 2, they will take the lead and win the game, probably win the game, but again, all up to the luck of the draw. Dons were losing 1-0 with around 3:30 remaining in the game before they scored 2 goals and took the lead. And nothing's changed now, and until right about now, the Cardinals working in, and it's intercepted. Now the clearance pass is intercepted.
Remember, the Dons' last goal came around the 33-second mark, so there is plenty of time for the Cardinals to score in this 3 minutes.
A really good job there by Will Sharp. Keep the ball in bounds, working on his feet. 2:37 remaining in this game. And the throw-in from Brody Good. And they're gonna try to work this clock down, swing the ball around a little bit. You could tell they weren't quite ready to do that at the 10-minute mark, but now that they're inside of 2.5 minutes, right around the 2-minute mark, actually, they were able to just burn this clock down and try to take this win home.
Definitely. Want to burn the clock down. Just under 2 minutes now. This is ultimate desperation time for the Cardinals, but they just look dead out there. Doesn't really look like there's much motivation, and Dons just need to run out the clock to claim victory.
Yeah, pretty much exactly how their previous matchup went 2-1 as the clock starts to run down. It's intercepted by the Cardinals. And a foul on the Cardinals on a push. So the Dons are going to get a free kick. So
Clock is still running.
A chance here for the Dons to run out some clock. Maybe get that insurance goal we've been talking about for a while now.
Really good kick there.
Into the corner. That's nice because throw in for the Cardinals. Minute flat now remaining in the game. They need to score right now if they want to have any chance of winning or even coming back. And that's going to be a high kick called on the Dons. 42 seconds remaining here in the second half.
Crowd getting a little rowdy here. Great block by number 22.
And that's a yellow card here for Will Sharp, the forward. But wasting some time. Standing a little bit too close, leaped up, blocked the ball, but the clock did end up stopping. So it'll be live on the touch. 31 seconds remaining in the second half. Cardinals down by 1. Everyone down by the goal. This one's chipped well up. It's short, and it's going to be played out towards the sideline.
Clock is still running. Stops at 23 seconds.
So 30 seconds remaining in the second half. They're going to do this kick once again. He's moved this ball up about 10 yards from the original spot here, but they'll let him take it anyway. This one will make it there, and it's going to be played out nicely by the Dons. He'll kick it out, and as the clock ticks down, Cardinals, serious desperation. They need to score on this attempt. They have no choice. Played out over the middle. Shot, no, deflected, and it's kicked well away. 11 seconds remaining. 6, 5, as they throw it in. One last chance, and the Dons are going to win it. The Dons take home a 2-1 victory over the Calvert Hall Cardinals, which is a huge game in the MIAA standings. Gives the Dons a serious chance to take home another MIAA championship.
Cardinals definitely had a chance to score there. Definitely a little bit of mysterious ball movement there. Moved the ball up about 10, maybe even 15 yards down the field. You could hear the crowd saying, move the ball back, but I guess the ref had no problem with it. Didn't change the outcome, but definitely a little questionable coming here from the Cardinals.
Well, we thank you for watching. I'm Jackson, here with Will. Thank you for watching this soccer performance here from Conner Field. Well, Dons roll.